Why is it not going? Jesus. Morning, everybody. Jesus. So I took this. God, I'm so frustrated. I took this NQ, test of the prior day high long. I was going back to the pivot. It came back and took me out at even. I'm so pissed. Then I turn around. And look. So let me throw you this. Let me show you something really dirty and nasty. See this candle right here. It went up above this candle, pulled back to the 1 minute gold line, gave us an inside candle, came through the bottom and then through the top. Bam! $500. Holy crap. But I was so freaking close. I was so freaking close to being up $1,000 just from these two trades. This freaking thing right here caught me. Oh my God, that NQ trade was so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Fuck. And it went, frustratingly enough, just like the NQ does, it went right to where I anticipated it to roll over. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. That's 2 days in a row, David. I've hit the 1 minute gold line in the GC. It's 2 days in a row. Right after the box closed, I've hit the 1 minute gold line. I've made $800 on that trade in the last 2 days. Fuck! But that NQ trade, oh my God. Anyways. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 2 days in a row, I've hit the same trade in gold. What's my favorite saying? 2 days in a row, I've hit the same trade in gold. What's my favorite saying? Rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. And this one here was supposed to be a rinse, wash, repeat. God dang it. It was so close. Yeah, I saw you write that in, David. I saw you write that in. God dang, that was so close. That was a beautiful one. I don't remember what the profit was. It was about 450, maybe 500 that my target was on the NQ because I was only gonna trade it back to the high. This candle just whipped back. I mean, that red one just whipped back. That lightning speed. And clipped me out. Just like the NQ does. I mean, the NQ is notorious for dirty dog stuff. Notorious for dirty dog stuff. Anyway, so man, that gold was, it looks like this is done for a while over here, the NQ, until the market opens. What a beautiful setup. Crossed over, just like we talk about. I mean, come on, guys, rinse, wash, repeat. Crossover, space, 1 minute, right on the freaking high, bam, bam. Come on. Shit. That was a beautiful setup. Look at remember, our whole objective, big green candle. Big green candle. Come on, man. That's our whole objective, to identify the places that there's going to be the big green candle or the big red candle. From the moment you enter. Enter with the sharks. Enter with the sharks. I should be short in gold right now to cross the box. I'm not. I can't take that trade with my account balance is growing. I mean, I'm up to a good balance, but I just don't want to. I don't want to roll those dice. I should be short, and I should be short. Let's talk about it for example. So what did gold finally do? Or actually, I could do it right over here. Hell, I can do it right here, full screen. What did gold finally do? Well, gold came inside the box, sat at the bottom, and so here's where the rotation should start. Hopefully, that'll take you from here to here. But I've had a good week, even though I've had to stress out with my freaking balance issue, my low account balance issue. I've had a good week. Now, gold is notorious for coming up and testing up above here again, and then it rolls over. So let's just see if it does that. If it cannot clip, so let's watch this. It cannot pass that high right there and then roll over. Let's watch and see if it does that. Let's just watch. It's right at it. Jesus, it's right at it. The landscaper's here today. I don't know if you guys hear it in the background. I can't do anything about that, obviously. Good for you. Listen, man. There's some here. Let's just talk about market manipulation. You guys want to talk about market manipulation for a minute? You guys want to do that? Look at this. Look at this. 2:00 in the morning. ES. Hold on here. I think it was that one, right? No. Yeah, prior day close. 2:00 in the morning. Wait, was it? No, not prior day close. Prior day open. 2:00 in the morning. Crossover, space, test, boom, gone. It has never come back since. All the way to the high. All the way to the high. Market manipulation, friends. And then what did it do when it got to the high? It rolled over. Market manipulation, man. 2:00 in the morning. Exactly 2:00 in the morning. Boom. Off the prior day open, I think it was. And it never came back. Never came back. Okay, thanks, lunatic. All right, so now what I'm looking for in gold, since we've done this, is hopefully we come and sit on top of the box and we can take a long. Good morning, Bill. I mean, you saw that it went through the prior day close or open, did a consolidation candle on it, and then boom, gone. And it went from there, and it took it 7 hours, but it went to the high. And I mean, the difference between the high, which was 74.10.50, 74.10.5, and the open was 73.80.50. 30 points. $1,500 a contract. With no heat, not a tick of heat. And again, deliberately went there. Rolled up, lower high, boom, gone. Just beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. They write that was an M pattern to the downside on the ES. Beautiful setup off the prior day high. An M pattern. Beautiful setup. And it's those well, I think it's still filling its M pattern here, David. That's my opinion. I don't know, because it hasn't finished the leg to the downside. But I mean, when you start seeing those, and when you start seeing those patterns, you start seeing, consistency in certain things. It just in my opinion, it just makes you understand better, or it should be making you understand better why you're taking a certain trade. And I mean, I just think that should be important to you, and why this is your rotation point. See, that's the most. See, for me, because I'm a spastic idiot trader, I need to know I'm getting in here, and this is where we're turning. I don't want to buy in areas because I think we're going here, or I think we're going there, or whatever. I can't handle that stress. I have to see a rotation, understand the game being played, and then get in on the swing. That's just me. I mean, I'm just, and maybe, and my trading style may not. I mean, my trading style isn't for everybody, but it's what I like to do. So, and over time, I do believe, I'll get more comfortable for taking, trades that are more swing style, if that makes sense. But right now, I need those $400 to $1,000 ones. What's up, honey? Come here. Come here. Come here. Nah, she didn't trust me. Mittens was coming to say hello to me. Mittens was coming to say hello to me. All right, so oil opened, or is opening right about in 20 seconds. Where is my where's my there, my little timer was gone. Sometimes it freezes and I got to get my data kicked in. That's a good idea, Bill. It's a good idea, Bill. Hold on a second. All right. She came to see me because she wants to go out. She's like a dog. My cat is trained just like the dog. Come get dad. Dad lets you out. I should have known she was coming to see me for a reason. All right, so hopefully I can get something in oil today. I'm going to shrink this up, put this over here. I'm going to bring oil over here. And so what has oil done today? Let me blow this up and look. Oil has pretty much done nothing, really. Yeah, oil's pretty much done nothing today. Just a lot of consolidating. A lot of consolidating. All right. All right. Looks like gold did a little 5-minute gold line here. Gold is getting a little too consolidating for me right now. So I'm gonna stand back on it. See how after I hit this big green candle here, it just went back into consolidation. But is everybody kind of see? I mean, this is very. I mean, and this tool right here from Snow Invest is really helps me because I sat here and watched this high. It's a tick, but it's a high, and that's what you're looking for. We had crossed over, retested, and we had an inside candle here off this one, and it went through the bottom. And as soon as it went through the bottom, I just pushed the long button here, and my order was standing right here, and it slingshot right through. Bam, $500. Unbelievable, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The fact that it went through my inside candle to the bottom first, and there was the key for me to say, well, if it swings through the top, I want to be in. And that's exactly what it did. Just shoof. It's nothing like being in a trade and looking up and you're already up $300 before it even slows down. Before it even slows down. Where is my chat? It's like it's just today. Let me shut this thing down. YouTube's acting squirrely on me today. Sorry. I mean, it's just it deleted my chat. I mean, I couldn't see what anybody was saying. Jesus. All right. And the cat's back already, so she's inside. I think she wanted to go out and see what that noise was. Well, it's the freaking landscaper. What do you think it was? All right, let's see here. Man, this is oil right here. This is going to be tough to find trades in that. Jesus. I just don't know. So, David, go back and look at that ES. See this? So let me show you something, David. See, this is where it started. So let me show you guys. Let me show all of you something. This is where it started. Boom, down, boom. When this leg happens, this leg is supposed to go, and I'm going to show you something very interesting so you see this. This leg is supposed to go to where it started. Notice that's where it reversed, meaning like this is where the big money was. It got stuck on the way there because of the red line, and then it just now it's going into a new, now it's continuing into something else. This is a whole different setup here. This is a 1 minute gold line, blah blah blah. But that's why this W was not of any interest to me. This is a fake because we had an M working, a true valid M off of the prior day high that needed to finish its leg. Does that make sense? It needed to finish its leg. Good morning, Snow. Yes, Thomas, that's what I was just talking about. There were some good trades in the ES today. Very good trades in the ES today. There were good trades in the ES today because I was trading the NQ. And I was in a beautiful NQ trade, but the son of a gun did not go to my target. I was in a beautiful ES trade today, but it didn't go to my freaking target. Yeah, the NQ was definitely fighting the battle, but so like the long I took, the long I took was at the same time that the ES had hit the 1 minute gold line. So I expected this reaction here. I did not expect it to follow through. Does that make sense? So it had support. It went up just like it should, because that was a crossover retest of the 1 minute gold line. It was a 1 minute gold line trade, all that stuff. Had headwinds above it, about 3 points up. But I said, well, that's enough room for the NQ. And it was enough room for the NQ. But I just didn't get to my target before it came back and took my stop out. See how this rotation down was at the same time that ES rotation was down to the 1 minute gold line, and then swing and swing. Does that make sense? So I'm looking for that stuff. Like, I'm glancing at the ES when I'm looking at an NQ setup. I'm not just blindly taking an NQ setup. Does that make sense? I knew the ES didn't have any room, but I knew we had enough room for it to go up and the NQ to go up and me probably to get about $500. That's kind of the fun part about when the ES and the NQ are in agreement, is it's almost like having a cheat sheet on your trades. It is. It's almost like having an open book test, because when a scenario sets up in one, but the other one is in space, lost in space or whatever, I don't take it. Sometimes the setup in front of me of one versus the other works perfectly, but a lot of times it's exactly why the trade fails. So, and the same thing with an open book test. Just because you have an open book test didn't mean you understood the question. Man, I really wish I had taken that ES short, though. That was a nice trade off the prior day high. Beautiful M pattern all the way to the leg. Perfect. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, so man, we are just so oil's box is closed in 11 seconds. We are literally sitting at the mid band. The box is just under $1, about 84 cents, which is small, but at 84 cents, it's probably likely to be manipulated from side to side, which is nice if we can get a good setup. Like, it comes out, comes back in, sits, boom. It's when the boxes are really big, like this one's pretty big, so it's going to take a lot of energy for it to cross that box. This one, And the reason this one's so damn big is because this market was open when the 8:30 news hit and kind of blew the box up to be a lot bigger than it normally is. I mean, this box is right at, let's see here, there's 10, 20, $2,500. That's a $2,500 from end to end in one contract. That's a big box for gold. You know, I like to see it around 1,500 at the most. It's the bigger the box, the harder it is to manipulate it from end to end. The smaller the box, the less the reward is for going from end to end. See what I'm saying? So you kind of want that happy medium. You know, you don't want to, like, for example, you don't want a $600 box in gold and you're trying to take rotations. But you know, when it gets very big, it takes a lot of manipulation. If they've been so Jim's question is, when NQ and ES conflict, do you still trade each on its own? If they've been doing different things to my left, you get it? That's how history repeats itself, Jim. So if they've been doing different things to my left, then I'll trade one independently of the other. But when they've been doing the same things together, hell no. And if you go back and you look at your NQ candles and you look at your ES candles, they've been doing the same thing together today. Does that make sense? That's why I always tell you, I tell everybody, and you'll see me doing it when I first start a chart. When I start, like, say, a YM chart, the first thing I'm going to do is I'll blow it up, get an idea. What's the YM been doing? I get an imprint in my mind of what's going on with the YM. In case a YM trade sets up, I go back in my recall mechanism of what's going on. Is it tradable for me today? Is it not? Blah, 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 blah. Because history repeats itself. Are your 1 minute gold lines being respected? Are your static lines being respected? Are your 5 minute lines being respected? Perfect example. You go back and you look at gold. If I look to my left and I see that 5 minute gold lines working like a champ, just like it did right here in gold. The first time it crosses over, it touches and it takes off, then I'm gonna bring that in recall when a pattern sets up. Yeah, exactly. It's an efficient way to cheat. That's why the phrase rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. There are days that you'll look on your charts and there's absolutely no respect whatsoever for the red line, or absolutely no respect for the static lines, or absolutely no respect for certain static lines. Then just don't be banking on those things working for you. How did I know, for example, everybody sitting here listening to me, how did I know when we started this video for me to tell you about what happened at 2:00 in the morning with the ES? Because I went and studied the chart. Static line, firing perfectly. Holy shit. Static line, firing perfectly. Holy shit. It shouldn't be a surprise that later the static line is working perfectly, because it was working perfectly at 2:00 in the morning. I knew that because I take my charts and I prepare in the morning for what it is I'm looking at. I want to see, is the market way up? Where are my other static lines? Did they respect the other static lines? What's going on here? Are the red lines working? Sometimes you'll open up these charts and you'll see the red line got binged like 4 times. You know, it's from like say 4 in the morning to 8 in the morning. And it's like, holy shit, that red line is firing like crazy. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to that today. You know, whatever. So we are 9 minutes from the market opening. Well, that doesn't really mean anything. By the way, just to bring this up, you know, I think when is it? Oh, okay, it's not till 11 now. All right. There's some Fed people speaking at 11 today and at 2. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what these idiots are freaking running their mouths about. I just wish they'd all go home and shut up. That's a good one, Brian. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I just think some people can deduce from what I say. You know, I have said how many times, look to your left. Just like this banger $500 trade I took in gold. We crossed over. This one tick cleared that. One tick back into the gold line. Boom, boom, big green candle. It's like rinse, wash, repeat. It's like you just do the same things over and over again. That one setup right there has made me $800 this week. On one contract. Because it worked. So today it worked again. And has it been working? Well, you know, that crossover, and the one tick, remember I told you it's footprints in the sand. You're looking at the sand, that one tick, that was all intentional manipulation. That's what you guys have to start picking up on. This is intentional manipulation. One tick through, get people chasing, squeeze their money, and then go the other way and piss them off. And you sit there and you can, if you start seeing those games, you'll start understanding why traders fail. You'll start understanding clearly why traders fail. Because they're always chasing shit at the wrong time. And the sharks know that. Contender didn't live to be 60 years old and weigh 1,400 pounds because he's an idiot. He knows how to find food. And stealing your money is his food in the futures market. Oh, yeah. That's true, Jim. Well, and I'll be honest with you, Jim. Jesus. I'm happy with the amount of money I've made this week for how limited I've actually traded this week, knowing there's landmines being laid throughout the mornings of updated news about the war and shit. I mean, there's just complete landmines that you're having to freaking dodge. We've all been sitting here this week, and all of a sudden, boom, you get a 15-point candle in the ES. It's like, what the hell just happened? You know? I got snapped by one of those news reports this week for, I think, a $480 loss, where it just cha-ping. And when it cha-pinged, you have slippage, you have all that shit. I think I had a $480 loss. That was this week because of one of those damn news things. And I didn't tell you guys this, but I'm going to tell you now. I told Jim Racine in California, but I haven't told you guys this. So earlier this week, I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. You know, I get in here, I get my charts up and all that kind of shit, and I'm drinking my coffee, and I see a gold trade in the pre-market setup, and I hit it, and off it goes. And it made $800. And I was like, woohoo, what a way to start, $800. And I go and look at my account, and it was my fucking sim account. Because I had my sim stuff set up on that GC chart for the box crossovers because I didn't have the money to freaking trade it. Anyways, it is what it is. So that was an $800 trade I don't have. That was an $800 trade I don't have. I was all excited, man, thinking I started off the day with $800 right out of the gate. Holy shit. Hadn't even started live stream. I got $800. Wait a second. Where's my $800? I'll be right back. I'm out of coffee. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. We've all done it before, absolutely. But I wouldn't even have a sim account on my Ninja screen if I hadn't needed to set one up to do the cross the box because of my freaking corporate account bullshit. That's what pissed me off. That's what pissed me off even more, because I don't even normally have one on my screen. And like I've told you guys too, ever since I loaded this damn thing on here, I don't know. It's there permanently now. Like it's there when I start my live. You know, so let me show you guys. When I connect, for those of you that don't use Ninja, when I connect live, like I am right here, it throws up a sim account at the same time. It used to not do that. So I never would have even made that mistake if I didn't have that freaking thing sitting there, because I would only have one account to load. Anyways, it is what it is, man. It's funny, but I've done it before. Also with other accounts, like, you know, trading Ninja, trading Apex or whatever. I have done it. All right, so the market's open. We're off and running. Let me get my freaking P&L out of the way here, since it's annoying me. All right. Gold is off and running for whatever reason. Oil's kind of worn its welcome out to the downside. I normally would be looking for this, but we've meandered too much here, so I don't like this trade. If we had been more deliberate to get here, I'd be looking for a continuation to the downside. It's probably going to run down, but I'm just not going to take it. It just took too long to get here. Let's see if it works. There it goes. It's probably going to work like a charm since I'm not in it. There it goes. Man, look at gold go. Jesus. Are you going to do it, oil, or not? I think it's going to roll back up, but I'm not going to trade it to go up. I just think it's going to. Strange. Gold is running long, but the equities aren't. Well, the NQ is, but the YM's down, RTY's down, the ES is below its red line, and gold is just gone. I mean, gold is just gone. Is that oil trade going to work? Holy shit, it might. 17. Oh, 07, 91, 87, 300. Still think it's going to run out of gas. No pun intended. No pun intended. I still think it's going to run out of gas. No pun intended. I was correct. All right. I didn't think this was going to go. It's too far extended for the way it's been moving this morning. It's too far extended from here. It doesn't want to be too far away from that price point. Good for you, Patriot. Good job. Yeah, Gene. It's just a kick in the teeth when I'm sitting there with a small balance account trying to grow it. And I had the nerve to take a freaking gold trade. And it went up $800. That's a significant portion of a $2,000 account. And then to be sitting there going, wait a second. I did it in the wrong freaking instrument. I did it in the wrong account, I mean. All right, so we have some, have some more news at 10 also. Boy, the NQ is off and running. I mean, the NQ is just, it's through the high. Look at the size of the box in the NQ. Look at this. Jeez, holy crap. Gonna have to do some off the top of the box trades with that. That damn thing's just way too big. All right, oil, would you just get it over with? Go back up here so we can look for a rejection short. Come on, just go. There you go. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, go. Just go. Ping, ping. Let's go. Come on. Now, if I wasn't sitting in here in this live stream, I just want you guys to know I would have taken that long. But I don't, it's not something I teach. So I didn't do it. But I would have taken, this candle right here, boom, it was over. It was over. I knew that. That's why I kept telling you guys it's going back up here. If I wasn't in the live stream, I would have taken that. But I'm not going to take it in the live stream because I don't want to sit here and have to explain why I took it, but it's not in my training videos. It just comes from years of watching failed pivots, failed rotations. And I would have taken it right to there for about $350. All right, what are we doing here, oil? Oil's getting punchy. Uh-oh. Oil's getting real punchy now. That was a really aggressive candle right there. Oh, it's going to reject the bottom of the box without me. Of course you are. So it looks like, oh my God. So remember I said the distance from here to here was pretty great for this trade. So they came up and tested that exact same line and then rejected it off here. That's there's some manipulation going on with oil right now. Jesus. that was beautiful. This candle got real squirrely right here to reach there. I don't know if you guys saw it live, but that candle got real squirrely to reach for that red line. Got pretty dicey. All right, so let's see here. What do we got? 941. Are we going to go up? Are you going to go down? This is coming down. Holy cow. That freaking NQ is just on fire. I mean, everybody else is down. So the NQ came and tested the top of the prior day high again, and then boom, just gone. Same scenario we did here. It did it again here. Crazy. I mean, because it's defying everybody else right now. I mean, ES is rolling up, but I mean, it's underneath its red line. It's got a big battle for it to go long. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way. Let me get this stuff over here. Well, let me see here. I want this one here. Which one do I want? Let's put the ES down here. Sit, sit, sit. Sit. Sorry. Straight out of the box. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Straight out of the box. I didn't even get my order on. It's 29, Jim Park. Through it. The ES went straight out of the box also, but that one, it had a lot further to go to do it. Damn it. In the description of the video is my email address. You just email me and ask for it. Fucking A. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I don't even think my trade would have loaded. It came out of that box, so I don't even know my trade would have loaded. I probably would have gotten jumped. I know, I missed it. Completely missed the freaking out of the box trade. I don't even know if I would have gotten filled. Look at the ES go. Jesus. Holy cow, the NQ is just gone. Yeah, see how American Patriot, see how it reached up and touched that red line in oil? And God, I swear to God, if you guys go back and look at that live, you'll see the manipulation to touch that red line and then reject. You'll see the manipulation. It was violent. I mean, it was a violent creation of a candle. Oh, you got 6. All right, you got in. Violent rejection of a candle. I don't know that I've seen a red line rejected that violently before in oil. That was amazing. I was thinking it was news or something. How the hell did it move like that? Fuck. All right. The ES needs to catch up. It's don't blow the pattern, ES. Roll over, damn it. Oh, fuck. It blew the pattern. So now they're running ahead of the moving averages. Good job, Patriot. All right, now the ES is back at that spot right there where it got punched in the head 2 previous times. Were you short sugar kryptonite? I'm trying to. You said a stop order. Were you short? Well, here comes my cat with a chipmunk. It's bringing it to the back door. Oh my God. Yeah, I agree with that, Snow Invest. But right now we have a problem because even though we're at this moving average, we have this issue in front of us, which has been literally bug repellent. Yeah, dinner, exactly. Apparently, I'm not feeding the cat well enough. Remember, we have news at 10 o'clock. I didn't take this trade because of this, but they did have a higher high, came down here, all that kind of shit. But I don't like that we're right into the prior day high. I think we're going to come back down here and then go up. That's my opinion. I think we're going to come back down here and then go up. Shit, man. I just see her walking across the yard with a chipmunk in her mouth. Now, I have made the mistake that she's gone to the back door and beaten on the door, and I just blindly open the door, and she comes right in with the chipmunk and then lets it go, and then it runs in the house. I've had that happen 3 times. 3 times I've had chipmunks running around in my house. I had one chipmunk that got in my house, and I didn't find it till days later after it had died. And you don't want to find it after it dies, because the only way you find it is it smells. So now what I do is before I open up the door, I look at the cat and see there's nothing in her mouth. I've learned my lesson the hard way. All right, what I would really like to see is both of these instruments come back to the top of this box, consolidate, and then reject. That's what I would like to see. But the ES is struggling to go down. The NQ looks like it wants to go down a little more. We got news at 10 o'clock, so that's going to make everything kind of kick a little more. Oh, yeah. Yeah. News in a minute and 10 seconds. Oh, I bet. Yeah. I bet. I had a bird brought in the house once too. But I was home. Okay, we got news in 35 seconds. Hence why I'm not in any of these trades. I use the website called Market Watch. The thing I don't like about Forex is it tells you everything, and it'll have you freaking out all day. Market Watch just tells you marketwatch.com/economy-politics calendar is what I use. It focuses on the things that make the market move, not just Forex, because Forex is a lot about currencies. There's a lot more that manipulates currencies, so I just don't follow that unless you know how to read the colors. It's trying to, Jim. So now I've got a dilemma because the ES is on top of the prior day high, but I didn't get a pattern for it. Shit. I didn't get a pattern to take it long. Oh my God. Are you just going to run off? What the hell? What is the reason? I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the RTY and the YM. They're going down. This is just crazy. Oh, she's out here playing with the chipmunk. It's still alive, so she lets it go, and then she chases it through the yard and catches it. Yep, she caught it again. She likes to give him a chance, you know. Jesus. If I shut down the stream, I can go out there and save the damn thing. Once in a while, I'll save them. Once in a while, I save them. I'm not looking at gold because it hasn't been doing freaking shit, dude. And then yeah, there's no trade in gold right now. There ain't nothing. If Jim's walking away from gold, trust me, there ain't no trading in gold. There ain't no trading in gold if Jim's not trading it. Oh, shit. There was one earlier. You sure it was in gold? Because there was one in the ES. I don't remember seeing one in gold. I took a 1 minute gold line in gold. I don't know about ES. I don't know about. Oh, maybe it did. It destroyed. It may have been this one right here, then down, but it got broken right here because this high came through this high. So that there was no setup there. This high here had to stay lower than this one to take across the box, if that's what you're talking about. It was oil. Oh. Well, fuck, man. It was oil. Well, that's totally different. Oh, that trade? Well, I don't want to get into that, man, because people are going to ask me, well, why would you take? I mean, I left $300 on the table. I should have taken, but it's you got to understand. You got to recognize with each instrument has its own personality. When they get overextended, and then they do a rotation, but they fail going down, that means they're going to create a pattern to rotate back the other way. And that's exactly what that wasn't a W. That was a failed rotation down back to the long side. And I don't really teach it because it's counter trend, but it's pretty effective. It's just kind of hard to explain to people. You have to really understand rotations and pivots. I already have people that follow what I do that trade too much. And all it's going to do is cause people to trade too much even more. And then people are going to be failing their PAs and stuff. You know, it's the old, you got to walk, run. You got to crawl, walk, run, sprint. That's why even on here, I'm very cautious on what trades I take in the live than I would if I wasn't in the live. I'd be a lot more aggressive if I wasn't in the live. because I want to show people how to take simple patterns to pass evals and then to pass PAs to get funded, instead of, trying to teach you algebra before you've learned how to do multiplication. Why does everybody have to keep telling me about GC? Oh my God. Hey, Jim, you see GC? Who had a beautiful red line earlier. Had a beautiful red line earlier. Might have another one. I mean, GC's actually freaking moving now. I think it wants to test the top of this box is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it testing the top of the box, not the red line. Okay, might test the top of the box here. Come on, pierce the top of the box, please. Come on, pierce the top of the box. Fucking pierce the top of the box. All right, there it is. Okay, all right. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I felt it was going to run to at least there. It may run inside this box and cross it. Holy shit, look at that. Yeah, it may run inside this box and cross it. Oil is crossing the box to the long side, and it's off and running. Holy shit, oil did. Oil just crossed the box. And see how what happens. I want to point this out so you guys kind of get this figured out. Once it goes through that mid band, that's when it's like a launching pad to the next level, and then it's over. See how it's exhausted? It's like a launching pad. Once it goes through, when it finally gets out of the noise, once it goes through the box, it's a launching pad to the other side. And then it rolls over. I mean, how do you know this is your target? I don't know. You tell me. How do you know this is your target? You tell me. And without that box, you wouldn't know that. Now, the pattern didn't set up for me to take this, for me to take it. I'm conservative on these. So I want it to come up and sit on that box and then run. I don't want it to come in the box and just go. I can't predict that. Well, the ES has kind of gone to sleep, so I'm not paying attention to it now. And YM has gone to sleep. RTY has gone to sleep. I mean, they've gone to sleep. This is This is non-tradable bullshit right here. The sharks are not in the tank when this is what we're looking at for candle movement. The sharks are in the tank here. The question is, I don't know what they're trying to do. They haven't shown me their hand yet. But I think they might be going long. So I'm going to, if it runs back up, I'm going to take that long. If it runs back up in this candle right here, I got 23 seconds. Now go. Now go. Come on, go. Go. There you go. Come on, now go. Why did you stop? Go. Go. Come on, go. Pop, stop, run. Let's go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Run like you mean it. Run like you mean it. Run like you mean it. Boom. $500. I'm done. I'm done. And that's called patience. Patience. You just got to sit and wait. Sit and wait. Listen, guys, I can't explain this shit enough. Are the sharks in the tank? Tell me if the fucking sharks are in the tank right here. Somebody tell me if the sharks are in the tank. All you got to do when the sharks are in the tank is figure out where are they going to rotate it from. This is probably going to keep on rolling because this is off the top of the box. I mean, it's probably going to keep on rolling. So between my $500 trade in, what the hell did I take $500 in earlier? Oh, in freaking gold. That's right. I took $500 in gold earlier, and my $500 here, I'm $1,000. Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, that's 2 of them today for $1,000. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This thing is probably going to do, like, you know, if you're still in it, you know, I'd have my stop here. This thing's probably going to come way up in here somewhere. But they were way. So you just sit on your hands, hold your hands under your ass and hold onto your ass and wait until you see this type of stuff. And stay away from this type of stuff. Hey, Matt, I've got to talk to you. Are you at work today or are you at home? Okay, I'll call you later, okay? Matt's the one that did the labels on the lines. For everybody that doesn't know, he's the one that did the labeled lines. He's also the one that fixed my my floating timer so that it's now over and big without me having to reset it every time. So Matt does my little coding stuff. That was beautiful trade. Damn, that was beautiful. I don't know why it stopped. We might get a big W here, guys. I might have to take this again. We might get a big W. This would definitely be a scenario for a W. You know, you got your down. You're up to a peak. And it's all deliberate. And then what you'd want to see is this to come back down to here, all deliberately. And then boom. That's right, Papa Duke. That is true. You need like sonar, Papa Duke, because you know when this big old fat shark's around, somebody should have sonar. Oh my God, this thing just might do a W right here. Wouldn't that be crazy? You need to pull back a little bit more. Don't run off yet. God, it's going to run off already. Are you going to run off already? Need you to come down a little more, please. God, it just might run off. I'm not going to take it unless it comes down further. Ah, Jesus. Come on. Come down. Come on. Put some effort in it. Ah, shit. It already broke the upside. I'm going to, well, it may just been catching the chasers. Oh, boy. What the hell? Woo-wee. Hooty hoo. Hooty hoo. That's why you wait for it to touch support. You don't just chase it. Holy cow. Caught a lot of people leaning the wrong way. The ES did roll its way up from the prior day high. That's nice. I mean, at least that pattern stayed consistent. I mean, it actually worked. If anybody was trading the ES, came right off the prior day high and then 12, 16, about 4 points, $200 a contract. $200 a contract. There it is right there. Shit, I didn't take it. That would have been an easy entry. Right there, that would have been an easy entry. Why are you sitting? Why are you sitting, Gold? Why are you sitting? Why are you sitting? That inside candle was a good entry right there. Come on, gold, go up. There it goes. There it goes. Now it needs to break that pivot right there before it rolls back. And then once it breaks that pivot, it can roll back and, sit on your gold lines and then get pushed to there. That's what the thought is. But it's not doing shit. It rolled back already, so you should be out. Anyways, that's it. Yep. See, there you go. Well, that was nice. That was really nice. And like I said, oil crossed the box. Just didn't give a good setup. Be nice if gold would do a setup to cross the box. Come inside here, create space, come back up, hit the bottom of the top of the box, and then cross. That would be wonderful for anybody wanting to trade maybe some micros. Yeah. Looks like gold might have gone to sleep. It tends to go to sleep after 10 o'clock. And it looks like it has gone to sleep now. So we had our reaction to our sharks here. And then that seems to be about it for now. Yeah, I'm done too, Crude. I mean, today was a good day. I'm done. Something has to literally punch me in the face right now, because I'm done. I've had a good week, very good week actually, considering the situation I put myself in, not by choice, but the situation I put myself in coming into the week. I've done very well. Boy, the ES just rolled off that prior day high. I don't know if anybody take the ES off the prior day high? Did you catch any of that, Thomas? There it finally goes. Yeah, I'm not giving anything back. That's right. That's it. I'm not giving anything back. You did, Stuart? Good for you. Now, for those of you that don't come on this channel a lot, but you're struggling to pass evals and PAs, I've made it clear. The way I do it is trading the ES off the strategy that I've talked about. I mean, it's just you make your $300 or $400 and then you stop. And you let the ES just do it for you. That's what I would be doing. That's exactly how I started this YouTube channel. 35 days in a row, documented in videos. When I started this channel, 35 days in a row, I made money in the ES. Some days were only $50. Some days were about $400 or $500. Then boom, done. And that's how I passed my evals, and that's how I got my PA payouts. Was the ES, not the GC, not the NQ, not any of that stuff. The simplest, most boring instrument that I have on my charts, the ES. Simplest, most boring instrument I have on my charts. And it did a beautiful job here because when it finally did touch, so let's just talk about this ES trade. When it finally did touch the prior day high, it never broke its high until right here. And then wham, there's your money. Shut it down, call it a Friday, and walk your way towards passing. It's boring. I get that. But again, but gratifying. Exactly. There's Thomas. But gratifying. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, you get to say to yourself, well, I made money again today. I mean, to be honest with you, I sat here and even mentioned it. 35 days in a row, I made money in the ES. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to make money in the NQ 35 days in a row. I'm not going to make money in gold 35 days in a row. I'm not going to make money in oil 35 days in a row. And I'm not going to make money I could possibly do it in the RTY, but the ES is the one. Yeah, the gratification erases the boredom. Exactly. Very good. Very well put, Thomas. Good for you, Gil. Yeah. And then when you go through the long arduous process of getting, passing your eval and getting your payouts and all that kind of stuff, come in here and tell everybody. And then for those that don't listen to me, also then say, and by the way, I traded the ES, just like Bob said, over and over and over again to get that money. And then adventure yourself into the RTY, the YM, oil maybe. But the last thing you'll ever put on your screens, the last thing you'll ever put on your screens is gold and NQ. Those are the last things you ever put on your screen. Because those are the money stealers. And you have to really be sharp at your game to make money in the NQ and gold. Yeah, I'm looking at it, Jim. I've even got Jim trading. I've even got Jim trading the ES now. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Jim, who is Wild West cowboy with NQ and gold, now trades the ES. Think about that. I'm headed to Vermont. So I'm going with my daughter. My daughter and I are going to Vermont, Thomas, and because she's got a nursing job. We're adjusting her schedule. It looks like I'm leaving Thursday now, this coming Thursday, and then I'm going to be gone until like Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week. No problem, certified market gambler. That's great. I'm glad. And look at that. It just touched right there. That ES just touched. Of course, it's making a big candle, which I hate big candles. Yeah, I'm going to have such a good time in Vermont for a week. Get to see my dad, my uncle and my aunt and all that kind of stuff. And, and some of my friends I went to high school with and just hang out. My sister, get to see my sister. Drive safely, market gambler. Yeah, fuck Bernie. Yeah, good job, Matt. Way to go. Fuck Bernie. Matt knows the story. Some of you may not. But Bernie Sanders, at one point in time in my life, was my neighbor. He was my neighbor. Piece of shit. Well, and the thing is, Gil, it's like when the patience kicks in, like the trade, I sat here all morning, I didn't chase anything, I didn't do nothing, and then all of a sudden that trade set up, it went through, came back down, and then it came through the second time, and I'm like, I'm in it, boom, and it's like, and then I'm done, I'm just done. Like I don't have to chase things, I don't have to guess on things, I'm just done. I don't have to have anxiety on other things. It's just, I don't know. So I took 3 trades today at a break even in NQ that the son of a gun was right at my fucking target for about $500 and rolled back, knocked me out at even violently. And then I had a gold trade for $500 and I had another gold trade for a little over $500 or right at $500. So those are my 3 trades. And all 3, from the moment I entered to 2 seconds later, I was, I'm sitting there in profit. There it goes. Off it runs. Because I looked for the sharks that entered the tank and created the violence for the return. Yeah. He didn't do shit, David. All he did, all that piece of shit ever did was call the cops. He was the mayor of Burlington, Vermont when he was my neighbor. He was the actual mayor. Don't get me going about Bernie. Don't get me going. Don't get me going about Bernie. And then Bernie and his wife have done some horrible things to the city of Burlington. His wife single-handedly destroyed Burlington College, and it's now defunct because his wife was the president of Burlington College, and somehow a bunch of money disappeared. That's a true story. Oh, I have some stories about Bernie. Trust me, I have some stories. People don't realize in real life he is a vile, mean person. He ended up moving to Burlington because he was living in a commune in Vermont, and he got thrown out of the commune for being too fucking lazy. True story. He got thrown out of a commune for being too lazy. He's a con artist. Bernie Sanders, senator from Vermont. He's a communist. Self-proclaimed democratic socialist. He was cancer that moved from New York to Vermont. There's a lot of cancer in New York. A lot of cancer in New York. Hamat. Yeah, he's comrade. My dad calls him Comrade Sanders. He does. That's all he calls him, Comrade Sanders. Whenever he mentions his name, he says, "Oh, Comrade Sanders says we should be doing this." Comrade. Ah, shit. This ES is going to go long off this prior day high. Well, that's nice considering it didn't give us a setup to do it. Anyways. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this one short because I got things to do. I'm going to a concert in Raleigh this evening with my daughter and my son. So I'm going to be doing a lot of heavy drinking tonight, celebrating. And then I got a lot of work to do this weekend. So all right, everybody. You've got enough for a payout. Good job, Gil. There you go. $500. There you go. Pays my concert tickets for tonight. Maybe not my bar tab, but my concert tickets. Oh, and for all the ladies in the group, it is Mother's Day weekend. And so for all the mothers, happy Mother's Day that are out there. And I will see you guys Monday. All right.